So here we go. We are getting ready to go on an epic adventure to Ecuador, the Galapagos Islands, the Andes, and the Amazon. Erica?
No.
Erica, what do you think? Are you scared?
No, I'm scared of you. A little intense. Yes, we're going on a trip. He's a little intense about that.
It's going to be epic. It is the trip of a lifetime. All right, so we'll take you along with us. First stop, Indianapolis Airport. All right, so we made it to the Indianapolis International Airport. There's a Delta plane back there. We are flying Delta to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Ecuador. So we're in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is home of racing. And so here behind me is a old Indianapolis 500 race car. So Indy 500 coming up here in May. One of the great restaurants in downtown Indy is Harry and Izzy's, and they have one here in the airport, so that's pretty cool. If you have a good layover here in the Indianapolis Airport, definitely stop and eat at Harry and Izzy's. You will not be disappointed. All right, well, we made it to the Atlanta Airport, and because we have the Venture X card, Capital One Venture X card, we were able to go to the lounge. That is it. The club at Atlanta is right behind me there. Nice little lounge. They have you have all the drinks, sodas and stuff you want. They had a little salad bar, cookies, fruit. I had an orange, and they also have a bar if that's up your alley. But if you travel a lot, you're in airports and you're not going to lounges, you need to get the Capital One Venture X card. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below. For us, it's free. If you have that card, you can get in there for free, get all those perks. Probably saved us $20-30 just in food, just by eating in there and getting our drinks in there. So it's definitely worth it. And a lot of the airport have these lounges. So check it out. Check the link below. You won't be disappointed. So we're at our gate now. Our flight's been delayed just a little bit. We are going to be flying to Quito, Ecuador. And a little bit ago I was telling you about the Capital One Venture X card. And so I wanted to give you a little bit more information about that. There'll be a description in the comments or link below. And so take a look at that. But the Capital One Venture X card does come with a $395 annual fee. But to compensate for that, every year that you keep the card, they'll give you a 10,000 miles, which at a minimum would be worth $100. And then every year you also get a $300 travel credit. So if you travel at all, put flights or hotel on this card, you can just write off $300 right there. So that's $400 right there. So the card actually pays you $5 a year to keep the card if you use those travel credits. So in the first year, you also get a welcome bonus of I've seen it as high as $150,000, but right now it's a $75,000 welcome bonus after you spend $4,000, and that is a minimum value of $750 as well. And you also get either global entry or TSA free if you TSA pre-check for free if you get this card. You're also get priority pass, which opens up over 1,300 lounges worldwide in different airports that you can go into. So if your flight is delayed like ours, you can spend a little bit more time in the lounge. They also have travel protection. So if your flight's disrupted and you have to spend extra money because of travel stuff, and you incur those expenses, you can turn it in and get reimbursed for those expenses. And one other thing, they also have a travel portal, so you can book flights and hotels, rental cars, and everything right through the Capital One travel portal, and you get 10 times or 5 times the points for doing that. And on every dollar you spend elsewhere, you get 10 times, or excuse me, you get 2 times the miles. And so minimum of 2 cents back on every dollar you spend on this card. So I've had this card for about a year and a half now. Love it. It's my go-to card. And so check it out in the link below. We're going to use it all the time on our trip to South America. All right, we made it to Quito Airport. Got a nice little shopping area here. Got through immigration.
I was wondering if we made it.
And now we got to get to our gate because the plane is already boarding for Guayaquil. I think it's Guayaquil, something like that. So we're heading there. Right now we are on our flight from Quito to Ecuador, and it's probably 8 or 9 at night. I'm not sure if there was a time change or not, but we are in the middle of a huge storm. And yeah, you can see the lightning right there. But we've actually tried to land 3 times already. And this is our 3rd time going down right now. And so hopefully the other 2 times when we got down close to the runway, the plane just took off again. So hopefully this time we'll be on the ground. We have officially landed. We are on the ground and safe, and every passenger cheered once we finally landed.
Fortunately, we actually landed.
Like a river out there.
So we're here on Ecuador on a guided tour, and because we had a guided tour, we had a driver that picked us up at the airport and has taken us to our hotel. And the roads that we're driving through right now are more flooded than any roads I've ever been on in my life. All these cars and taxis here are on an entrance ramp, and they won't even get down onto the road because of all the water. It is absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like this. All right, we are staying at the Hilton Guayaquil, and so this is our room. We got checked in, made it through all the flooding. That was pretty crazy. Never seen anything like that before. But a nice big room, little sitting area over here. We'll check out the view later, maybe tomorrow when it's sunny. But yeah, that's the room. Erica's putting her suitcase up. She's going to unpack a little bit. Let's go take a look at the bathroom. And looks like we made it. Oh, there it is. A shower. It's got a rain head shower. Pretty nice. It's gonna feel good tomorrow. But tonight, gotta get some sleep. This is the view from our hotel room in Guayaquil. There's some clouds, mountains over there in the distance. Pretty little view. Hey, good morning and welcome to Guayaquil, Ecuador. Last night was crazy. On our flight in here, we tried to land 3 different times. Twice we got down to the runway, or almost to the runway, and then just took back off again. And then the 3rd time we finally landed. It was pretty scary. There was big storms. And then when we did finally land, we had to drive through a ton of flooding to get to our hotel. And hopefully we got some good footage of that for you. But today, excuse me, today we are in Guayaquil, and we are going to take a city tour and visit a cocoa plantation and things. So it's going to be a great day. It's not raining today yet anyway. The weather is a little bit overcast, but not raining at least. So we're going to go out there and explore this magnificent city. We're starting off our day in one of my favorite places in any Latin American city,
and that is the local market. And Guayaquil's Central Market is absolutely buzzing with life from the moment you step inside. The first thing you notice is the color. Everywhere you look, vibrant piles of tropical produce are stacked in towering displays. You'll see fruit you recognize, bananas, pineapples, mangoes, but also some you may have never seen before. And vendors, they'll slice samples right in front of you, inviting you to taste something new. Then there's the vegetable section. Crates of fresh herbs, leafy greens, peppers, yuca, plantains, and all the ingredients that make Ecuadorian cuisine so flavorful. You'll even find bundles of medicinal herbs that locals use for teas and home remedies. As you keep walking, the smell changes. You arrive at the meat and fish section, where butchers cut fresh cuts right on the spot. This is where restaurants buy their ingredients every morning, so you know it's as fresh as it gets. You'll see seafood straight from the coast, shrimp, snapper, crab, tilapia, all displayed on beds of ice. But the market isn't just about food, it's a window into daily life. And if you want to connect with local culture, learn about the flavors of Ecuador, and experience the heartbeat of Guayaquil, this market is the perfect place to begin your journey. But now it's time for us to leave the market, and we're going to make our way to the Cathedral of Guayaquil. The Cathedral of Guayaquil is a beautiful neo-Gothic landmark. Its twin spires tower over the center of the city, and inside the stained glass is absolutely breathtaking. Walking through the cathedral gives you a moment of quiet reflection, such a nice contrast from the busy market that we just visited.
All right, we are in Iguana Park in the middle of Guayaquil, Ecuador. It's a city of 2.9 million people, second largest city in Ecuador. We just visited the Cathedral de Guayaquil, and across the street is the Iguana Park. So let's see some iguanas. There are a lot of iguanas here, but also a lot of birds.
So yes, iguanas are everywhere. They wander across the lawn, climb the trees, and sunbathe like they own the place. And honestly, they kinda do. This is one of Guayaquil's most beloved attractions, and it's such a fun place to stop and enjoy the moment.
There's Iguana Park with the Cathedral of Guayaquil in the background.
From here, we're heading into the business district. It's modern, clean, full of energy, and gives you a sense of how important Guayaquil is to Ecuador's economy. Banks, corporate offices, sleek architecture. This area feels completely different from the historic center, and that contrast is part of what makes Guayaquil so interesting.
This is the Malecón here in Guayaquil. Just to my right, over there, up those stairs, is the river. And so pretty cool. Beautiful place.
The Malecón is one of Guayaquil's crown jewels. This 1.5-mile waterfront promenade follows the river and is filled with parks, restaurants, monuments, and views that make for perfect photos. Locals come here to relax, enjoy the breeze, grab an ice cream, or just watch the river drift by. It's one of the best ways to experience the city. But now it's time for us to get a little workout in, and we're going to be climbing the famous 444 steps of Las Peñas. This historic hill is filled with colorful houses, art galleries, cafes, and narrow stone pathways that tell centuries of stories. And as you climb higher and higher, the views start opening up, and trust me, it's worth every step.
All right, Erica's on step 222. We're halfway there.
Ooh, something smells good. Lots of garlic. Oh, it's pizzas. I could use a pizza right now. Ice cream. Coke. 300.
300 behind the sign.
300.
Erica's at 390. There are 444 steps here. They go up to this lighthouse. She is on number 400. 44 more to go. And there's the lighthouse. All right, we're not quite at the top yet. I think about 15 more stairs to go. But this is a view of the river and Guayaquil from both sides. So nice views up here. Here's the view from the other side. You can see the Ferris wheel down there in the distance, and the gondola thing that goes over the river. It's pretty cool. And then the business district there of Guayaquil.
Along with the lighthouse, there is also a little chapel up here as well. There is no way we can climb up all these steps and not go up into the top of this lighthouse.
We're going up to the lighthouse. I said, what are we gonna do? You're being very quiet. All right, we climbed the 444 steps, got our picture taken to prove we did. And now we are on the top of the lighthouse. So that adds a few more steps. I don't know, we're probably over 500 now, I would guess. But the views from the top of the lighthouse are pretty spectacular. So we'll show you some of the views. Well, we just finished the 444 steps. Went up to the top of the lighthouse that's there behind me, saw the church, and now we are heading down. I'm recording as I'm walking, so I could fall. But you know what? People are always more cocky on the way down. I am definitely sweaty. I think Erica's sweaty. Hope she put on deodorant today because she is going to stink.
That's my gift.
Oh, Erica says her gift is sweating. So everybody's got a gift, and Erica's is sweating. So heading back down now. It was fun. Definitely recommend. This is just a little museum, I guess, or garden. A little ways down. On the way up, we moved pretty fast, so on the way down, we're gonna stop and look at some of this stuff. But pretty cool, and look at this tree here. Tree and flowers, just beautiful. This building down here looks like a ship.
We have almost made it all the way back down to the beginning.
I think I missed it on the way up, but this is the first step. I didn't count this one, I just started at number 2, but number 1 step.
We are heading out of town now, and we are on our way to a cocoa plantation. But on the way, we are going to stop for a traditional Ecuadorian lunch. This was our appetizer. It was pretty tasty, and this was our meal. We had chicken, rice, plantain, and avocado. Pretty yummy. We continued our journey through rural Ecuador and made our way through some small towns. But finally, we reached our final stop of the day, and it was one of the most fascinating, an Ecuadorian cocoa plantation. Ecuador is famous for producing some of the world's highest quality cocoa, and here we get to see the entire process. How the cocoa trees grow, how the pods are harvested, and even how different strains are grafted to create stronger, more flavorful plants. And as you can see, this cocoa plantation is beautiful. But now it's time for us to head to the area where we learn how the beans are fermented, dried in the sun, bagged, and shipped overseas, often to Europe, where they are transformed into gourmet chocolate. It's amazing to think that a simple pod from this farm could end up in a world-class chocolate bar. So the beans were placed in these boxes for 5 to 7 days to ferment, and now these guys are taking the beans out and putting them in this wheelbarrow and then going to take them to an area to dry. Because after fermentation, the beans still have over 60% moisture. So the next step is drying, and most plantations in Ecuador use sun drying, which is the most traditional and highest quality method. Workers spread the beans across these drying beds, and the drying process usually takes another 5 to 10 days. Oh, and yes, we did buy some chocolate from this cocoa plantation before we left. And that wraps up our full day exploring Guayaquil. From lively markets to peaceful cathedrals, friendly iguanas, modern cityscapes, sweeping views, delicious food, and world-renowned cocoa. Guayaquil truly has something for every traveler. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures, especially as we continue exploring more of Ecuador. And next stop is going to be the Andes Mountains and Quito.
Hello, sir. Welcome.